What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Just before we get into the video, don't forget to like or dislike the video, subscribe, turn on notifications and leave a comment down below. Sometimes our favorite wrestlers become so familiar to us, we forget they once worked everyday jobs like most of us in the WWE universe. Here are 12 wrestlers who had normal jobs before entering the world of professional wrestling. Number 1. Kofi Kingston worked at Staples. Before he entered the WWE as a wrestler who was making fans crazy with his high-flying moves and lightning-fast execution, Ghanaian-American Kofi worked at office supply store Staples. While we don't know whether he practiced his aerial maneuvers in the break room or made unicorn horns out of surplus paper, we do know he went from a promising single star to a member of the New Day, arguably the WWE's hottest tag team in the last 20 years. Number 2. Enzo Amore worked in Hooters as a manager. While Enzo Amore reportedly has rubbed a lot of wrestlers the wrong way backstage, he worked hard to get over with the WWE universe, becoming wildly popular until his character change on 205 Live. Nonetheless, it's clear Amore has a drive to succeed at whatever he does. Before he became a WWE superstar, the future Muscles Marinara worked as a manager for the restaurant chain Hooters, as a disc jockey for the New York Jets, and even as a piano mover. Number 3. John Cena worked as a limousine driver. John Cena worked some interesting jobs before he became the prototype in Ohio Valley Wrestling, the Doctor of Thugonomics on SmackDown, and eventually the face that runs the place in the WWE. Ironically, Cena, who now collects classic cars, once drove a limousine, taking clients here, there and everywhere. We can only wonder if Cena had any hard feelings about his former job when he got the chance to destroy JBL's limousine during the build-up to their WrestleMania 21 bout. Number 4. Roman Reigns was an office furniture installer. Regardless of how you feel about the Roman Reigns character, you've got to admire his work ethic. Reigns began working for his sister's company as an office furniture installer after his NFL career washed out. Reigns worked alongside his real-life cousins, Jay and Jimmy Uso, putting together the furniture in clients' offices. With that in mind, does anyone envision Bill Lindbergh from Office Space saying, "Roman, I'm gonna need you to take apart that bookcase you just assembled and bring it back Sunday"? That would be great. Number 5. Kevin Owens worked as a gas station attendant. Kevin Owens' heel character gets his fair share of boos, but his commitment to his family is worthy of the fans' cheers. As a young father, Kevin Owens was never afraid to work any type of job to support his son, including time as a gas station attendant. Even when his wrestling career began to flourish in Ring of Honor, Owens worked in a warehouse to make sure his son had food on the table. Given Owens' current status in the WWE, he shouldn't have to worry about that for a while, as he's established himself as one of SmackDown's top heels. Number 6. Rusev worked as a taxi cab driver. Like many of the stars on our list, the burly Bulgarian didn't have his wrestling job handed to him on a platter. After coming to the United States to pursue his dream of becoming a wrestler, Miroslav Banyarshev trained with WWF superstars Gangrel and Rikishi during the day and worked as a cab driver by night. He was signed to the WWE in 2010, allowing him to go from collecting fares to crushing opponents. Number 7. Duke Drowsy was a garbage man. The mid-1990s was a very bad time to be a WWF fan, particularly for those who enjoyed the glory years of the 80s and early 90s. What had once been a vibrant promotion with engaging characters like Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, the Million Dollar Man Ted DiBiase, and Jake the Snake Roberts was now filled with garbage men, clowns, plumbers, and monks. One such wrestler was Michael Drowsy, aka Duke the Dumpster Drowsy, whose ring work matched the contents of the garbage can he brought to the ring. Before he started on the indie scene, Drowsy worked as a sanitation engineer, adopting his garbage man past into his wrestling character. Some fans believe Drowsy's WWF work was something better left at curbside than at ringside. Number 8. Seth Rollins worked as a waiter. Working in Ring of Honor gave aspiring wrestlers such as Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins a chance to master their craft and build their reputations. However, as we saw with Kevin Owens, it wasn't always enough to pay the bills. Like Owens, Seth worked a second job, in his case, working as a waiter at the Noodles and Company restaurant in Davenport, Iowa. The architect ultimately landed in NXT, proving that hard work can pay off, even if it means slinging noodles until that big break. Number 9. Brock Lesnar was a farmer. Anyone who's followed Brock Lesnar's career knows that the beast incarnate enjoys the country life. Thus it's no surprise he grew up on a dairy farm, working alongside family members as he grew into a wrestler the size of a large farm animal. After tossing bales of hay and hefting heifers, Lesnar joined the National Guard, something he credits with straightening him out. In a 2004 interview, Lesnar admitted, "Joining the National Guard changed my life. I was 17 years old, a typical teenager. I didn't listen to many people. I was Mr. Know-It-All. I didn't respect myself or authority. Then I entered the Guard. Those fuckers straightened my ass out right away." Lesnar lives on a farm, and it's clear from interviews he's staying there for the rest of his life. Number 10. Wade Barrett was a marine biologist. Wade Barrett worked as a bare-knuckle boxer before he transitioned into the wrestling world. While some fans may think of Barrett as just muscles, there's more to Barrett than his brawn. The big man earned a degree in marine biology at the University of Liverpool, going to work in a marine biology lab. Number 11. The Great Khali used to be a police officer. Despite his giant size, life was not easy for Dilip Rana, as he grew up in a poor family, one of 7 kids. Life in his native India was demanding, with the future Great Khali making ends meet however possible, including working as a roadside labourer, then as a security guard. He eventually got a job as a police officer before training to become a wrestler and going to work in the WWE as the Great Khali. Now, life is much better for Khali, as he appeared in several films and television series, and made a surprise appearance at 2017's Battleground pay-per-view, helping WWE Champion Jinder Mahal keep his title during a Punjabi prison match against Randy Orton. And number 12. Raven. Just about everything. ECW original Scott Levy worked a number of jobs before he entered the squared circle as Scotty Flamingo and Johnny Polo, eventually becoming wrestling's #1 nihilist, Raven. Levy worked as a limousine driver, a busboy, and even a bodyguard. His road to success ended in him becoming one of wrestling's most unforgettable characters, a reflection of the times. I caught the wave of the grunge era. I tapped into a part of America that people either love or they hate. When I was being a villain, I always made sure that people understood my motives. I made sure that it got a visceral reaction. My outfit was a whole new look nobody had really done before. My style of promos was unique in that no one had before. The whole misfit culture was starting to become part of mainstream, so I caught the zeitgeist. Given Levy's various jobs and various gimmicks, it's clear he was willing to do whatever he had to until he reached his goal. Well guys, there you have it. 12 wrestlers who had normal jobs before entering the world of professional wrestling. Were there any we forgot? Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.